Greetings, Eric Backer. Thanks for coming back. We're going to talk about gut microbiome in infants. So research now has been published, in fact, for several years, showing that children who are breastfed tend to have a far more diverse microbiome. Many studies also show that children, for example, get antibiotics as infants, and destroy a lot of their gut bacteria, particularly when they're very young, have a higher chance of diabetes and obesity when they get older. It's like anything. If you trash something when it's young, like a tree or an infant or anything, likely when it grows up, it's not going to be in great shape, is it? This is why we've always recommended that children are breastfed for as long as possible. Research conducted in America and in the UK has shown that when children are breastfed for long periods of time, they tend to have far stronger populations of Prevotella and Bacteroides bacteria, two large groups that tend to be significantly balanced. And these bacteria, again, produce many enzymes that help people to degrade and break down carbohydrates more effectively. So this is going to help to crowd out yeasts, like fungi, different fungi, and also preclude the child from getting parasites and yeast infections, as they grow into adolescence. So I've always been a fan of breastfeeding and, of nursing. And I always recommend women, if they can, to feed as long as they possibly can. So the sooner a child is started on a formula, it could be a problem. So we prefer children to be breastfed as long as possible. But of course, it's not always possible, in some cases. But then as a child gets older, make sure that the child does get some, good levels of yogurt or sauerkraut or these kind of foods as they're developing to really build that microbiome and make it more diverse. So a powerful microbiome will also ensure that the child will suffer less from anxiety and depression and cognitive dysfunction as they're going through those adolescent years. It's very important. So if you're watching this and you're considering, nursing or only nursing for 6 weeks and then going on to formula, I really do recommend, if you can, to breastfeed that child as long as possible, 12 months, 6 months, whatever you can do, but the longer the better. It's great for the maternal bonding, but even more so for the microbiome. That was the video today. Thanks for tuning in.